Hey, this is Max once again. What about you in that video? This is a paid request, this time for Elliott. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box, pretty much under any of these videos. Now, he wanted me to talk about Firefly, more episodes of that, this time episodes 5 and 6. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole beginning of Firefly. I did that when I talked about the first two episodes. So let's get right into it here. Episode 5. I would say this is my least favorite episode so far. It's mostly about Simon and River Tam, that's the doctor, and Summer Glau, showcasing how they were as kids. But to be perfectly honest, I don't care about these characters. These to me are the least interesting characters. The least interesting aspect of the show is the whole doctor and his sister, who, because of these experiments from the government, is fucked up. I'm sorry, Summer Glau, I know a lot of people like her. She has not impressed me so far in the show. This is, including the sixth one. 6 episodes in, she has not impressed me at all. I don't really get the big hype with that character and with her. I don't. I just don't. And I think the other crew, the actual crew of Firefly, are much more interesting than these folks. I would rather see much more about Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk and what was her name? The second command, and Adam Baldwin, even Ron Glass. Where there's one interesting bit with his character, but for I understand, you don't really get to know about that backstory unless you read a comic book, because the show was canceled before they really delved into that. But the other part of the episode is our cast. Our characters, they deliver this cattle that they got in the previous episode. Simon and River Tam, the doctor and Summer Glau, they wander around, and she wanders into this festival dancing. Meanwhile, Nathan Fillion and them are trying to deliver his cattle, but some things go awry, and those guys have a bit of a shootout. As Nathan Fillion says, it never goes smooth. But Ron Glass, the shepherd, gets shot during that. And when the few bits it goes back to that, that's where it's kind of fun. Like Ron Glass says, man, there's a lot of blood. And Nathan Fillion goes, just means you're not dead yet. Nathan Fillion has to make the choice because he doesn't know where these other two are. We gotta go. If we don't, this shepherd's gonna die. And that's what they do. And when they get to an alliance ship, Ron Glass shows his identification card, and he immediately gets special treatment. I said, what's the deal with that? But if I understand, you never find out about that until the comic book. I don't know why they couldn't do that in this episode, but they didn't anyway. Because a good chunk of the episode is the doctor and Summer Glau, they get caught, brought to this settlement where the doctor has to cheer and help out these local hicks. I just say that because I'm a hick. So these local hicks, and whilst that shows a bit of the story as kids, and pretty much just the doctor, the brother going, parents, why don't you listen? There's something wrong with my sister, with your daughter. There's something wrong. They're not telling us everything. And the parents going, you could be a successful doctor. Don't ruin this. One thing leads to another. The local hicks, they think Summer Glau is a witch. They try to kill her. The crew saves them. The doctor goes, well, why did you save us? And Nathan Fillion goes, you're one of us. And that's really it for the episode. I guess unless you're a big fan of the Doctor and Summer Glau and their characters, which I'm not. I think those are the two least interesting characters so far. I don't think, like, Simon the Doctor is just bland. I gotta go help my sister. I gotta protect my sister. Gotta protect my sister. And Summer Glau's like, like, you two fuck off. Can I just have the other crew and just have their adventures in space being mercenaries? Can't I just have that? Do we even need this whole backstory with the fucking girl and she's a test subject and the government wants her? Why do we even need that? You want to create that later? Fine, but just let us get to know the crew. Fucking worked in Star Trek back in the day. You watch Star Trek back to the day, you're enjoying the characters and you see them go on each different mission. That's how you could do that and make it work. So that pretty much each Star Trek was a standalone episode. But people don't want to do that nowadays. I miss that. I miss TV shows. And there are TV shows that have an ongoing story that I do enjoy. Quite a few of them, actually. But I do miss TV shows like Star Trek and Kolchak the Night Stalker that just, they're based on the characters and the events, but you can watch each episode as their own little mini movie. I like that. I miss that. I'm sure there may be shows that do that nowadays. I just don't know what they are. Part of me wonders if that's why so many people watch stuff like Law and Order. And there's like 85 Law and Orders, because that's kind of what they are. You just pop it any time, you watch the story, and then move on. But yeah, I just don't give a fuck about Summer and River Tam. Don't give a shit. So I thought that was very bland, blasé, not much happening, not much excitement, and featuring two of the characters I have little to no interest in. Episode 6 I thought was much better. Even from the beginning, Nathan Fillion and Adam Baldwin pretend to be wife and husband. There's a shootout with these guys. There's a celebration. And then when they're back on the ship and Nathan Fillion wakes up and there's a lady there, he's wondering, who the hell are you? To what? Be who? I'm your wife. And that's when you get the cast really interact with each other. Who is this mysterious lady? Saffron. What's going on here? People giving Nathan Fillion shit that he's married, and I don't know her. And then Adam Baldwin goes, well, can I know her? Or Nathan asking Adam, how drunk was I? And Adam Baldwin going, I don't know. I was pretty much passed out. Or Ron Glass giving him shit like, you better not take advantage of her. And Nathan feels like, listen, I'm not as bad as you think. Okay, but if you do, there's a special hell. There's the same special hell for molesters and people who talk in the movie theater. So if you take advantage of her, that's where you don't go. Okay, fine idea, you're not that bad. Then he leaves and says, but I'm just saying. See, the characters seem like they're more interacting with each other, they're more having fun with each other. It's, to me, more intriguing characters that are interacting with each other. There's a lot less of Simon and River Tam. Look at that. Look how refreshing. They could work behind the scenes like one of the previous episodes where they find that ship and they find that survivor. Okay, these two are used as props to hide from the Alliance. Okay, but they're more props than characters to me. And I like how sometimes it plays with expectations. Like there's a bit where Adam Baldwin has his gun and is done serious, like, oh no, he's going to fight Nathan Fillion for this girl, and he's going to try to kill him. I'm going to take this very serious. And Nathan Fillion's like getting ready to have a fight or a draw or a shootout. This is my favorite gun. And then he feels like, what? This is about a trade? Yeah. It's not just a trade. This is Vera. It's my favorite gun. Like, Adam Baldwin is fun, and like their interactions between him and Nathan Fillion have been some of the better stuff I've seen on the show so far. And even the spoiler, what you find out later is Saffron, she seems very naive, but she's also very seductive. But then she kisses Nathan Fillion, and she's got this stuff on her lips that knocks him out. And you realize she is a turncoat. She sabotages the ship to go to this electrical net that if you pass by, everyone gets fried, and then the people can come in and strip it for spare parts and salvage it. And it's intermixed with humor, because like the girl escapes, Nathan Fillion gets woken up, even Alan Tudyk gets knocked out, he gets woken up. And they're talking about this and sex and all that. And Alan Tudyk's like, hey, how about this? Everyone not talking about sex? Just stay here. If you want to talk about sex, get the hell out. And pretty much they have to find a way to short out this electrical net, because they can't control it right now, the ship. And the way they do it, I like the idea, I like the aesthetic, the choice, I should say, of when you have stuff in space, you don't hear noise. That is a very neat, unique choice, because there would be no noise in space. So, like, you shoot it, you don't hear anything, and it's using more music to play off of the scene. So shooting the net, shooting the glass to fuck up the assholes that were going to get them killed. I thought that was, again, a nice bit of choice. Even the very end was fun, because they do find the girl, they get their shuttle back, Nathan Fillion is able to knock her out, which is, satisfying. And then even the thing between him and the lady who's the escort, hooker, but escort, whatever, where what really happened was she was worried about Nathan Fillion, tried to kiss him and wake up, but then she realized that stuff was on her lips too and got knocked out. But then Nathan Fillion, you think he knows what we know, but he goes, "You kissed that girl, didn't you?" "Yeah, I knew it. I knew you kissed that girl." And leaves. And you just see this confused look on her face, like, so Nathan doesn't think that she kissed him. Nathan Fillion thinks that she kissed the girl. And, like a man, like we all do, we love our lesbians. Cheers to that. I love lesbians, because they're a fan of what I'm a fan of. We have something in common. That's why, you homophobic? No, I love lesbians. We're into the same thing. But this is much more satisfying, fun episode. The Saffron, it was interesting. I thought the actress did a decent enough job. I know she's gone to the bigger things. I forget her name, though. I'm bad with names. But she went on Christine Hendricks? Was that her name? I can't remember. If I got the name wrong, I apologize. But I thought she did a good job. Involving more of the cast, like Adam Baldwin, like everybody else. The way people rib on Nathan Fillion. Like Nathan Fillion, again, very likable presence. The more of him, the better. Again, him, the second command lady, Alan Tudyk, Adam Baldwin, the more of them you have in the show, the better it is for it. I thought I did a decent job incorporating as much as they could of the cast into this. That's essential. And not worry about the fucking Simon River Tam stuff, which again, to me, is the least interesting part of this so far. But yeah, I did enjoy that episode quite a bit. It's I would say it's definitely one of the better episodes of this. I was going to say season, but there's only one season so of this show. I have a feeling that the show, I mean, granted, Fox screwed it up. They aired it out of order. But there's a cult following, but there is a good chunk of people that don't like their westerns mixed in with space, and they don't like their space mixed in with westerns. That they see a sci-fi space show, they want to see more of the sci-fi aspects. They want to see more of the future tech. They want to see more of the future locations. So I think you would still, it will have a cult audience, yes, but I still think you would have a lot of people going, I don't care about the horses and the Wild West and the stagecoaches. Like, we have all this technology with spaceships and all this stuff, but people are still using stagecoaches and all this other down and dirty stuff. How come they're using all this and not flying cars? There's going to be a good segment of people that would be annoyed and would think of that nature. And I can understand that thought process. And usually if you want to see a space show, sci-fi show, those are aspects you want to see. What new worlds, what new creative worlds. Here it's a lot of times it's the Wild West, again. The music is very Wild West like, the locations, even the way this episode starts. It's pretty much a stagecoach, like a Wild West movie. But again, it tries to do this blend of the two, and not everyone's going to be a fan of that blending. Because either they don't like westerns, or if you're a western fan, you don't like the space stuff. So, even by then, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow for the mainstream audience. But then again, the characters, no matter how you feel about Joss Whedon, at this time, whether it be with Buffy the Vampire Slayer or this, he knew for the most part how to write interesting characters. No, again, no matter how you feel about him as a person. So, there's that. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later.